collection of knives around the world. How to become a collector of knives. Becoming a collector of any object has to educate themselves of object of interest. First, I will speak of when I became interested in collecting knives. Then I will speak about my first knife that I started in my collection. Finally, I will tell you about the history of some of my collection of knives. When I became interested in collecting knives, I was the age of 8. I received my first knife at the age of 7 from my grandfather. When my grandfather gave knives to my brother and cousin, he felt bad I didn't have one, so he gave one to me. So the following year, he gave me my first knife, and it was a buck knife with a fixed blade made in the U.S. It was 5.5 inches long. The sheath, I had left the sheath outside when mold started growing on it. After cleaning the knife, I knew how to take care of the stuff that was given to me. When my grandfather from my mom's side asked me if I really wanted to collect knives and take care of them. He would give me a special knife, something better than the buck knife my other grandfather first gave me. It was another buck knife, but this knife was a folding blade. I had always wanted a folding blade. From that day forward, I just wanted to start collecting knives. Both my dad and grandfather would educate me how to take care of knives and how to keep the blade sharp and clean. I was given my first kit that contained a sharpening stone and oil for the leather sheath. My family and I went to a gun show. I had saved my allowance to buy some knives. I bought 3 folding pocket knives. I was excited to show them to my grandfather, but when he came over to visit, when the day came, I showed him. When the day came when I showed him, he told me right away that I wasted my money and told me what not to buy. I had bought junk knives that would fall apart. He was right. My grandfather told me that they were made in China and poorly made. He showed me where to look for it and how to find out where they were made from. He also told me the best knives were made in the U.S. and Germany. From there on, I just wanted to start my collection of knives from different countries. My first knife that came from another country was from Japan. It was a dual-bladed dagger. I started to look up different kinds of knives, starting from fixed blade, folding blades, and switch blades. I found it very interesting when I read about knives and the history of different kinds of blades. Knives are seen not just for daily use, but also a form of art. A blade can be heat treated to create different designs on the blade. One type of blade is called Damascus. A Damascus blade made from a special type of metal, which takes longer to create than a normal knife. As the years have gone, my collection has grown into a collection of 69 knives. I've been able to collect 8 knives from the following countries: Germany, US, Japan, Taiwan, Pakistan, China, Guatemala, and Mexico. My goal is to collect knives from Canada, the UK, and Great Britain. My most expensive knife that I've saved money for is the knife that I've made in W.R. Case and Sons Poultry Co. The knife is made from a well-known company in the United States. Becoming a collector of knives has also taught me to value the work it takes to create a knife. From beginning to end, it also has taught me about money and how to save and collect items that are rare and one of a kind. When talking about my collection to friends and family, some see it as a waste of money or just weird. What I like about collecting knives is the quality of the knife. and how they look from the materials they are made from the where they are made from to the rareness of the knife. With that being said, begin, being a first-time collector of any object, it is educational to find out the object is how the object is made and how rare it is. Also fun and exciting when you find it. It would suggest I would suggest to save your money and not get too carried away, or you could go broke.